My rims have been hitting on the rear quarter, and I'm going to be hitting it out with the mallet. I'm going to be doing a botch job, mainly because I don't exactly know where it's rubbing, but there may be a chance that it's actually hitting in the rear fender. I don't really know where it's hitting, so I'm going to guess it's the fenders, since it has been rubbing on them. And I'm going to be doing a botch job to the fenders. I think I already said that. But, yeah, I have a fender roller. Yeah, I got a fender roller. It's just, I have too much camber. It no longer works. So, sort of making do with what I have. It's not the prettiest, but it just has to work. I mean, most of the time, whenever you're trying to go low, you're usually just going to have to cut it. Like, most people who go super low, they end up just cutting this whole entire thing out. So, I'm trying my best, but maybe like I said before, maybe I could just do some over fenders right here, extend it out an inch. Alright, so, in good news, this thing is finally able to roll. Well, roll as much as I can push it, essentially. But, yeah, so although it looked bad when the wheel wasn't on it, but once you put on the wheel, it looks good. So, yeah, right now, this, if you want to fit an 18 by 9.5 -3, that's essentially how much you're going to have to roll the fender. Or as long as you want to go low with it too. As for the other side, yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening. So, I guess next up, I guess I could try to fix that a little bit more. Or if I really wanted to, even though I spent the time rolling it, I could still theoretically go with 1-inch over fenders. Just weld them on and then Bondo. Because, either way, I'm going to have to do Bondo of some sort. Right now, probably next up is just damage proofing the car. I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to do. But if you were to look at anybody who's done damage proofing to these cars, which the best one I can say on YouTube is Cambered Lex Steve. If you look at any of his videos, he did a lot of damage proofing, which also consisted of cutting this entire thing off, but that was to get fender to lip. I'm trying to go for a tuck stance, but essentially this entire part, it's gone. On his car, it's gone. In fact, I know that he cut out pretty much all of the inner fender liner, which is the second layer of metal in the fender, up until basically the back arch where the coilover sits. I don't really got a great explanation for it, but yeah, essentially a lot of cutting goes into getting proper stance. It was actually warm out, so I was finally able to get the exhaust welded, and they're not great beginner welds, but they work. Next up, I'm going to try out some easy lip on the rear bumper, also the front bumper. I was looking up prices for LS400 valences, and they're around $240 to $400, and I gotta admit, I'm not really messing with that, so yeah, I'm just gonna try out some of the easy lip. It should theoretically look good, but also I gotta get the blast pipes installed first, since I'll obviously have to mock it up around the blast pipes. So yeah, that should be the next plan.